What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new season of Love During Lockup. If you guys, this is season 3, episode 9, because they say on the website it's so different. On the website it says season 4, episode 42, but Life After Lockup ended with episode 50, but we're gonna say this is season 3, episode number 9. This episode is titled Jail Talk, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Love During Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys, so I want to say that I think I said it in my live. If you guys didn't catch the live last week where we met the cast, I said it last week and I'm going to say it again this week. I think that this cast is going to give us a time, you guys, because the trailer for the season looks good. And each couple, they're very interesting in their own respective ways, you guys. But yeah, you guys, Love During Lockup is back, and Love After Lockup will be back in September, you guys. And I think one of the girls from this season, Renika, I think she's gonna be on Love After Lockup, and so is that nutcase from last season of Love During Lockup, Melissa and Louie. Bitch, when I saw Melissa, I said, "Oh my God, not this Looney Tune." But yeah, you guys, and also you guys, join me tonight at 5:30 p.m. Central Time for a live of this episode. So yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and just talk about the cast, shall we? So the first person we met is Jade and Chris, you guys. So Jade and Chris, girl, ain't no motherfucking way. I'm sorry. This man, your husband, is behind bars, and this fool wants to be controlling. So Jade is having a party for her sisters. So she got two sisters, one Johanna, and I forgot what the other one's name is, but they call themselves the Jardashians. I was like, girl, I know you playing with me, right? So when she met Chris, they got married within 7 months of meeting each other. I was like, girl, ain't that a little too fast? And he in prison? Ain't no way. I'm sorry. There's just no, I'm not. I don't have a problem with dating, someone who is once a felon, right? Unless it's, only time I ain't gonna date you is if you've done something like, pow people, or you abuse people against their will. You've done something to a child or elderly person. Those are the only ways I ain't gonna be able to date you, right? But I'm also not gonna date somebody that's in prison currently. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna serve a sentence with you, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna marry you at the same time, right? So, like I said, Chris is very controlling. So they were on the phone at one point. So he was like, "When can I call you back?" She was like, "Well, my friends and my family are coming over." He's like, "Okay, so give me a time when I can call you back." I was like, "Girl, you literally finna sit here and listen to this from a nigga who gotta ask for permission to go to the bathroom, that he gets told when he goes to sleep, he gets told when he can eat, he gets told when he can go take a shower. Girl, I'd be damned if I tell that motherfucker what time he can call me back. Ain't no way." So Chris is Native American, and his family, his tribe owns a casino, right? When I was looking at Chris, I was like, I don't see nothing Native American about this man, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. She says he gets about $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and it goes to their joint account, and she has access to it, right? So they got a house now that car, that Cadillac. I'm like, girl, that looked like an older Cadillac. No shade, no tea, but it just didn't look like it was brand new. But hey, ain't got nothing to do with nothing, right? Chris is serving 32 years in prison, and I was like, say what now? And then one of her friends asked the question of, if he got money, why was he doing what he was doing? She said, "Oh, because he was on meth." I said, "Say what now?" Wait a minute. So you just said he just gets $10,000 to $20,000 a month into his shared account, but he was doing stupid shit to get meth, but he has money. Okay, the math ain't really mathing. And the math ain't math for a lot of these people on this episode, but neither here nor there, right? But she does say that he should get out of prison in 2024. So he got another year at this point, right? She said that this man has been in jail 7 different times. Girl, that is a habitual offender. Like, no, 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 nah. I'm not gonna hitch my wagon to that. Absolutely not. So while she was having fun with her friends, Chris just called back to back to back to back. At one point, when he was on FaceTime with her, I was like, wait a minute, he's in his cell. How did he get a phone? Isn't that considered contraband? Child, it was something. It was something. And then she had a cardboard cutout of him at the party. But mind you, the party is not for him. It's for her sister. One of her sisters is not feeling Chris like that, right? She says it's control. He's too controlling. Her mama even feels like they're a toxic relationship. But Jessica doesn't see it. Jessica, girl, I hope you are stacking your paper, cause Mr. Chris would be a no for me. Like, you trying to control me from prison, where you gotta ask permission to do anything, and you got a curfew, and you got a guard who tells you when lights out, when you go take a shower, when you go brush your teeth, and all that kind of shit. This is what I would say to Chris. But that's they're gonna be an interesting couple as well, you guys. But let me know what you guys thought about Chris and Jade in the comment section below. And we're gonna pause here and move on to the next couple, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up is Letitia and Keith. Child, Letitia and Keith. I ain't got too many words for Letitia and Keith because they are an interesting couple. So Letitia has 2 daughters, right? I don't think they said the ages of her daughters, and I'm not gonna say. But she got 2 daughters, and she married Chris, right? So pretty much it seems like everybody's married or engaged. So mind you, I read her description to you guys last week. If you guys go check out the live, she's been in relationships before. Now she was talking about how they would they were this and they were that, and I was like, so you went from let's just say bottom of the barrel. You went from bottom of the barrel, ain't shit niggas, to a nigga that's in prison. And it ain't no shade to him, but I'm like, how did we go from you talking about what your exes were to you going to look for somebody that's in prison? I mean, that didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I mean, I guess if it makes sense to you, it really don't make sense to me, but hey, it is what it is. So she does tax services, right? So we see her as she's going to her office. Mind you, she said when she saw Keith's gold fronts, the panties just fell. I was like, that's all it took was some gold fronts. Do you know if his teeth are rotten? Do you know anything about it? Do you know anything about that other than he just got gold fronts? Okay, if you like it, I love it, right? So she said he asked her to marry her. She was in the Walgreens parking lot, and he asked her, do you want to marry me? Oh, that is so not romantic. You asked me over the, no. And y'all got married. Nah, nigga, nah. Say what now? There's an airplane flying over, and it is kind of low. But yeah, nah. The hell? So we see her. She went to her office, right? Why does she have to let us know she ain't had no panties on her coochie was cold? I was like, okay, very interesting and too much information for me, right? She also talked about the fact that she's happy. So in that picture that I had last week, I was like, I wonder what she's doing. She was thanking God that her husband's dick ain't small. I was like, oh my God. So Letitia tells her people that her husband will be their new boss from behind bars. I said, say what now? What can a prisoner, like, she was like, they can file their taxes, they get paid here's the thing. Yeah, you do work from behind, you do work in prison, right? But you get paid pennies. So that money ain't adding up to nothing. All they pretty much do is get the money and they spend it on commissary. So what taxes are they filing? Because you ain't making no money from it. Because I damn sure don't think. You can't take nothing from nothing. Like, I mean, they may be paying state taxes, but like, I don't even know if they paying that. What taxes are they paying in prison, girl? But I'm sorry. What it look like you're going to get your taxes done, and then you get there and you gotta say, "Oh, hold on, the person that's handling your taxes, let me get him, let me get him on the phone real quick. Put him on speakerphone, or he finna call. He finna call. Give me just a minute." This is a prepaid call from Keith in a correctional facility. To accept the charges, press 1. To decline the charges, press 2. Like, I'll be like, wait a minute, wait. You want me to get my taxes done from a nigga that's in prison? You ain't worried that nigga might take my money? Wait a minute, is this a scam? Oh, no. You know what? On that note, we finna violate with your ass, and we up out of this bitch, because ain't no way. Her employees weren't really feeling it, and I was like, I don't blame y'all. I'm not finna answer to nobody that's behind bars that gotta ask for permission to go take a piss, go number 2, when to eat, when to shower, when to sleep, when to do anything. You can't tell me not a damn thing. Like, for real, for real. So she told one of her employees, she's like, your face is saying it all. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is. She said, if you don't like it, you can quit. You can put in your resignation letter. I'd have been like, girl, you ain't said nothing but a word. Let me find a job first, and then I'll give you that resignation letter, sis. I'm gonna look for me a job. But if they doing taxes and shit, y'all can do taxes whenever, from anywhere. Because I'd be damned if I'm gonna take orders from a mother that's in prison. But hey, it is what it is. So we later see them as they went out to celebrate, right? I don't know what they were celebrating. They went out, right? Speaking of which, he got 14 years in prison, but she expects him to be out by next year. I was like, okay, 14 years in prison. Then when she was telling what he did, I mean, he ain't do nothing. He was trying to support his family by selling drugs. And he ain't hurt nobody. What drugs did he sell? Never mind. So she took her team out, and the one girl that wasn't really feeling it, that she told she can put in her 2 weeks resignation letter, she was like, did she tell you that she talked to your husband? What you mean? Yeah, we conversated. Baby, conversated is not a word. It's conversed. So then Letitia's like, well, yeah, I knew. And they said, did you fuck my husband? I was like, oh my God. What in the hell? This season, you guys, is going to be amazing. And I'm here for it. So let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Who, you guys, next up is Renika and Asante. Renika. I knew that wig was bad, but I didn't know that wig was that bad. Like I saw that, like when I saw that picture of Renika, I actually saw her when Auntie's Advice introduced the cast, and then I saw that picture, right? I didn't realize that wig was as bad as it was until I saw it on my TV screen last night. Renika, please throw this wig away. You look like a Sprite. It looked like a Sprite can. It looked like a 7-Up can. It looks bad. Then, on top of that, Renika got these damn, they ain't even baby hairs. They are toddler hairs. They were right here on her eyebrows. Then she got something that's right here, and it ain't really on her head, because it's a baby hair almost, right? Like a baby hair sideburn, but it's lifted. I was like, oh my God, Renika. Renika is going to be a character, you guys. I can already see that, right? So Renika is a rapper, and she also has an eyelash business, right? Now let Renika tell the lie that she makes $20,000 a year, right? And she got 5 vending machines. So if you make $20,000 from them vending machines, and there's 5 of them, that means you make at least $100,000 a year, right? Where's the money going, sis? Well, some of it is going to Asante, who you don't fucking know. I be damned. My issue with Renika is that she got two daughters as well, right? And you sending a nigga that you don't know what thousands of dollars a month. You a fool. So she was telling her one of her friends that she's moving to Atlanta, and her friend was like, "Say what now? Do you know this man?" She said, "No." Where you gonna work at? I don't know. So you moving to Atlanta for a man that you don't know, you've never met, you ain't got a job, and you gonna be taking care of him when he gets out. Girl, a fool, a fool, a fool, a fool, a fool. Ain't no way. Then let's backtrack just a little bit, right? So she's moving out of her mom's house with her daughters. I was like, once again, that math ain't really mathing. How are you moving out of your mama's house, but you got these vending machines? Now, mind you, this hair shop, this hair salon that she's in, it looked like it's stuck in the 90s because that vending machine that she was putting them eyelashes in, that was one of them old ass vending machines. Actually, looked like one of them old prison vending machines. Like that vending machine was old as dirt. Then they had one of them. They had one of them TVs from the 2000s that had the flat screen in the front and had the you still had it still had a little bit of a booty in the back, right? I was like, whoa. Is anybody actually going into this hair salon and buying them eyelashes? I mean, she was putting a whole lot of them in there, but I was like, is anybody really buying them? Is anybody really buying them? That's why I say the math with her ain't really mathing. Cause I just don't. How you making $20,000 from each machine, and you got five, but you living with your mama, but you also moving from your mama's house to Atlanta, but you ain't got no prospective job or nothing. So how you gonna support yourself? And you sending this man $2,000 a month, $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Man, make it make sense, cause it really don't. Like I was just like, hell to the now. Couldn't be me, wouldn't be me, ain't gonna be me, right? So she went out with her daddy, right? So her daddy was once in prison, and her daddy was in prison for, I believe he said, trafficking drugs, right? And she told her daddy that she was moving to Atlanta. Renika, please listen to your daddy, because your daddy was trying to give you some game, keep you hip to the game. That this nigga is probably just, giving you a lot of words, talking a good game to you, and that's exactly what I think. I also want to point something out. Did you guys know? If you guys go back and look at the episode, look at Renika's daddy's fingernail. One of his nails was like, he got his nails done because he had little rhinestones on it. I was like, oh, is that like a pimp thing? Because like when they taste the I was wondering. But Renika, please, for the love of God, let go of that wig. Let that wig go. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about Renika in the comment section below. And we're going to pause here and move on to the next couple. The next couple, Andy and Brittany, you guys. So when it comes to Andy and Brittany, I have no idea who the con is. Because part of me feels like Andy is a con, and part of me feels like Brittany is a con as well, right? So in last week's, when we talked about him last week, Andy is a former cop, right? And Brittany is a convict. Now, I'm not saying that you can't find love in strange places, right? But he's a weirdo. Like, he's a weirdo. So he told us his story. So he was previously married, right? And his ex-wife, I guess she got addicted to drugs, right? And she moved in with somebody, so he got custody of their children, and he couldn't work the night shift anymore. So he went and became a truck driver. But a truck driver has more, sir, please make that shit make sense. You couldn't be a cop because you couldn't work at night, but you went and became a truck driver. A truck driver has a worse schedule than a cop would have. You couldn't just say, let me switch to the day shift and be a cop in the day and not at night. Because a truck driver, you go whenever the money is available. And never mind. Unless you're going to have your kids in your sleeper. But I don't know if you can. No, you can't do that. Because your kids got to go to school. So Yeah, that's why I say there's something not right about Mr. Andy. Andy looked like Peter Griffin minus the glasses. He looked like a real life version of Peter Griffin minus the glasses. Then Brittany, he's talking about she's drop dead gorgeous. I was like, where is the drop dead? Where is that? I won't even say she's gorgeous. She's a okay looking woman, but drop dead, ain't no way. Then she is a former addict. I was like, so your ex-wife was an addict, and then you get with another addict? Sir, make that shit make sense. So his friend asked him, how much money have you given this woman? He says that he's given her about $5,000 to $6,000. I was like, what about your kids? You ain't think about your children, but you giving a woman in jail for drugs $5,000 to $6,000 of your money? Your elevator don't ding, huh? Cause it's just giving that your elevator don't ding, don't leave the ground floor. Cause the fuck, absolutely not, right? Then on top of that, this fool didn't even do a background check on her. So his friend did a background check on her, and he found out, about her. But he found out that she done lived with, I think, 20 something odd men. I was like, huh? And you didn't know that? Yeah, that's why I say I don't know who is running the con on who. Because part of me wants to say it's him, but part of me wants to say it's her. I feel like they both cons, and I feel like I can deal without both Andy and Brittany. Love after lockup, love during lockup, actually more specifically, love during lockup. Y'all love to find these old strange ass men. Cause see, the first season of Love During Lockup, we had that man who did OnlyFans, right? Who was extremely weird. Then last season, we had that guy who was dating that girl Sensoray, who was even more weirder. And now we got Andy. The men are always weird when it comes to love during lockup. Love after lockup, they always okay, but love during lockup, for some reason, y'all always get these men that are very, very strange and peculiar. Because it's something. It's my spidey senses just go off when it comes to Andy. My spidey senses just really go off. They just ring. But let me know what you guys think about Andy in the comment section below. And let's pause here and wrap up with the last couple that we were introduced to. All right, you guys. So the last couple that we were introduced to is Brittany and Key-Rock, you guys. This was the couple that I was looking forward to, you guys. So, Brittany, the one thing I want to say about Brittany, she got a black scent, and I was just like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that black scent from Brittany. I don't like the black scent from Brittany. So if you guys didn't watch my Meet the Cast, Brittany and Key-Rock. So Brittany and Key-Rock, they are engaged. Although she said the ring that she's wearing on her finger is a promise ring. Because she's getting her hair, she's getting her license to do hair, right? So the woman asked her when she was talking about Key-Rock, I'm gonna backtrack in just a little bit, you guys. But when she was talking about Key-Rock, she said, "Is that your engagement ring? Is that your engagement ring?" She said, "No, it's my promise ring." I said, "A promise ring? How the fuck old are we?" Now, granted, Brittany and Key-Rock are young. Brittany is 22 and Key-Rock is 25 years old, right? So Brittany and Key-Rock, they both met when they were in a women's facility, right? So I saw everybody on Twitter last night like, how did they meet in a women's facility? I'm like, y'all ain't catching the hints that Key-Rock is a transgender man? Like, y'all ain't catching that she's trans? That she transitioned from a woman to a man in prison? Like, I don't think, I saw a lot of tweets about that. Like, how did they meet in prison? Even the woman at the hair school said, how did y'all meet in prison? I'm like, y'all ain't catching the hints, right? She, they're not gonna put an actual man. Well, let me not say that. They're not gonna put let me say it this way so that it's politically correct. They're not gonna put a cisgendered man into a prison full of women. And y'all know when I say cisgendered, I mean a man who looks like me and has a penis between his legs, right? That's what I mean. Cause I think they put, I do think that they put trans women in the prisons with women. I'm not sure, but I think that they do that. And I know I see people ask, why did they do that? Why do they do that as well? I think part of that, it's a weird thing, right? Because if it's kind of interesting because when you think about it, it's not really safe for either prison, right? Because you could have some trans women who still have their male genitalia, right? And I mean, they could then impregnate the population, right? And then if you put them with cisgendered men, that's going to be a danger for them. So I don't know what a good balance would be because I feel like it would be a danger, especially definitely a danger for them to be in a prison. Well, yeah, I do think it might be a danger for them in a prison with with men because men would probably try to abuse them physically. Not the other one. Oh wait, I think it would be a physical situation with that one. But it's very interesting. But I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. Um, what was I talking about? I forgot. Oh, huh? What was I talking about? Y'all, I lost my train of thought. Oh, we were talking about the fact that they met in a women's facility, right? So, like I said, Key Rock, he's a transgender man, and what really blew me with Miss Brittany was the fact that Miss Brittany just sat there and had word vomit. This girl literally told these complete strangers her whole entire story with Kira. So Brittany just got out of prison for serving a 3-year stint for armed robbery, right? I was like, and she set it up. I was like, oh my God, let me stay the hell away from you because I don't trust you. On top of that, Blackson, I damn sure don't trust you, right? But she literally sat there and told all these people who I bet you she don't know from a can of paint her business with Key Rock, right? She told him that Key Rock is supposed to come home in 3 months. They were like, "How did y'all have do the sexuals in prison?" She told that. I was like, "Ma'am, you telling them your whole life story." So she also told them that because she said the ring was about $4,000, and they was like, "How did she get it?" Right? She said Key Rock has done some investment while in prison, and Key Rock also has some sugar mamas. And they were like, "You ain't worried about the sugar mamas?" She's like, "No, I ain't worried about that." I was like, "Well, at least you said it," because I'm like, now me personally, I probably wouldn't be worried about no sugar mamas or sugar daddies either. Here, get what you can from them, right? And if you had to have sex, if you got to do the nasty with them, it is what it is. Because they were like, "Do you think he's still talking to any of them, right?" And she ain't worried about that. And I'm like, "Well, hey, if you ain't worried about it, neither am I. If you not, why should I care, right?" But overall, you guys, that's the episode. This season, like I said, it looks like it's gonna be a good time. I am here for it, you guys. I am so here for this season of During Lockup. So I don't know how many episodes we're gonna get, but like I said, you guys, Life After Lockup premieres in September. So we got a while with Love During Lockup, but yeah, this cast is gonna be a key. The people who I think are gonna give us a good time this season is gonna be Renika and Asante, Letitia and Keith, Jade and Chris. I think gonna give us a time, but I think Jade and Chris gonna give us a time because of the fact that he's just so controlling. And like I said, girl, I refuse to argue with anybody that is in prison. You got to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You got to be told when to eat. You got to be told when it's time for lights out. There is nothing you're finna argue with me about. I am so sorry to tell you that. But I'm also not finna marry somebody that's in prison. I'm also not finna date somebody in prison. Like I said, it ain't no shade, right? I don't discriminate. As long as you ain't hurt nobody, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. Those are the main things. Physically, emotionally, any kind of way. As long as you ain't hurt nobody, and that's the reason you in prison for pow on people or the other type of physical hurt that you can do to a person. As long as you're not in jail for that, elderly, child abuse, any of that kind of stuff. As long as that's not what you in jail for. If you went to jail for drugs, robbery, theft. I was, you know what? That's one I can't do either. Larceny. I'm sorry, larceny is yeah. That one. I wouldn't be able to do larceny. I don't think I would be able to do that one. But yeah, you guys, that was Love During Lockup. Please let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I will see you guys later this afternoon for our live of this episode of Love During Lockup. It is 5:30 p.m. Central Time, so that'll be 6:30 on the East Coast, and it'll be 4:30 on not 4:30. It'll be 5:30, so it'll be 3:30 on 3:30. If it's not 5:30, it's 5 o'clock. So whatever it is, I'll see you guys then. Yeah, have a good one, you guys. See you guys later. Bye.